welcome to another History Gems. Now, I don't care which country you are watching this in, but I can guarantee the same thing is true of all of you. When you were at school, you got a book called something along the lines of The Story of Insert Name of Country here. Now, the thing about that is it very quickly moves from prehistory to the world of history. And that's a real shame because your prehistoric past, Stone Age in the case of this particular video, is actually the largest chunk of time our ancestors experienced. Indeed, most of the history you learn is actually really only over the last 1,000 years or so. Stone Age period starts about 2 million years ago and finishes, give or take, about 5,000 or 4,000 years ago. That's a colossal period of time. The good news is you can either look at it as it's very easy to learn, or you can look at it that it's quite complicated to learn. First of all, here's the easy way. There are 3 basic eras. Paleolithic, Old Stone Age, this is where we evolved from ape-like humans to humans. Mesolithic, Middle Stone Age, this is where we are hunter-gatherers, existing just after the last Ice Age. And finally, Neolithic, New Stone Age, where we started to build things and settle down. In all these eras, there are 2 basic types of stone tool. Flake tools, get a rock, bash off a flake, chip it down nicely, and you get something like this, arrowheads and tiny little scrapers, used for the more delicate tasks. Or you get a rock, bash off all the flakes and keep the core tools, like this hand axe. And those are the 2 basic ways that you're able to create a tool for you to utilize during this area before we started using metals. Well, that's the easy version. Let's look at it the complicated way. This is the oldest human-created thing in the British Museum. Indeed, technically it's not even created by humans. It was created by early hominids. And what we have here is the Paleolithic, which lasted close to 2 million years. Look into the eyes of great-grandma, everybody. She's not quite human yet. This is Homo heidelbergensis, an early human that died out about 200,000 years ago, but we are direct descendants of this type of hominid. But although recent, they weren't the people who did the paintings at Lascaux. Those were Homo sapiens, us. And it's these sorts of cave paintings that show that clearly these people had imagination and a civilization of their own. To make paint, or in this case to make a track, this is the Sweet Track from Somerset, it shows you what we all could kind of assume anyway. They didn't just use stone, they used all materials around them. It just happened to be stone lasts longer. The most famous stone monument in the world is Stonehenge, but at around about 4,500 years old, it's by no means the oldest. Here, a stone temple in Malta is 500 years older and clearly more complex. However, both are relative newcomers if you're going to compare them to Çatalhöyük in southern Turkey. This small town rewrote the history books, and 9,000 years old is considerably older than those other sites. But that too is relatively modern if you're going to compare it to Göbekli Tepe, the oldest structure in the world. At nearly 12,000 years old, this stone temple in southeast Turkey wins. I'm aware of the irony of doing a short video and saying we need to spend more time on the Stone Age, okay? It is a bit hypocritical. However, I do think, in general, we need to spend more time understanding our ancestors, because that's who we are. We are cavemen in suits, and it can explain an awful lot of why the world is the way it is. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, At History Gems is available on Twitter as well as YouTube, and of course Facebook is the main area of where I do regular blogging and posting. If you like this, there's something longer, The Busy Person's Guide to British History, available on Amazon now. See you soon.